meat and beer is king. A mix of local and European-sourced ingredients add to the friendly pub vibe. You'll find his spot in San Carlos on Laurel Street at the Refuge.
Here's the Refuge in a nutshell. The best pastrami, period. I'll put it up against anybody. I love seeing people take the first bite. I know they're about to be blindsided by something they never had before. My name is Matt Levin. I'm the owner of the Refuge in San Carlos. It's a high-energy place. It's real casual. You're getting as many beer styles as you can even imagine. House-ground burgers, cheesesteaks, tons of different appetizers prepared by cooks that are classically trained. To do pastrami the way it's been done in any real pastrami places where you have to hand slice it is you take the navel cut, their own special brine, rub it with spices, put a little smoke on it, and then steam it for a very, very long time. The best way to have pastrami is on rye bread with coleslaw, Russian dressing, and Swiss cheese if it were me. I lived in Montmartre, France, and my metro stop was La Marcolincourt, and every day I used to walk out of that, and just to the right there was a restaurant called Le Refuge. I just saw people relaxing out on the patio, eating pork rillettes and duck confit, and I said, I will have that one day.
Okay, Chris, you strike me as a kind of a beer and pastrami guy.
I'm very much a beer and pastrami guy.
And there's 100 beers at this place, isn't there?
There is a ridiculous amount of beers. They hand you a binder if you ask for it.
That's right.
And they also have an app for iPhones.
Right.
But yeah, if you look it up, it's just everything they have in their little fridge, and that's everything that's bottled and then on tap.
And on tap. And they've got about 18, 20 on tap.
18
Yeah.
usually I think is what they go for, and it's like local, and then they specialize in Belgian beers. It's in a big neon lights on the outside of the building. Right. Just one of the things they do there. But they really specialize in their pastrami. Like, I haven't been to Katz's Delicatessen because that's
in New York. That's a classic.
That's the gold standard in pastrami.
Right.
But I've had quite a bit of pastrami in my day, and I think this is the best I've ever had. Superb pastrami. It's hard to put into words exactly how great it is. And I didn't even really fully appreciate it until I had the Pastrami Burger there. And the Pastrami Burger takes it to the next level because it's basically an entire sandwich of pastrami on top of a delicious hamburger, which is settled upon a delicious bun, and then they put their house-made sauerkraut on top.
It's about as big as your head.
It's yeah. I don't usually cut hamburgers in half to eat them or sandwiches. I just go at it. But this is definitely something that has to be cut so I can make it more manageable.
Do they do a vegan version of it?
Not exactly.
No.
Nor do they do turkey.
No, this is really about meat.
Real
You've got
pastrami.
Yeah.
Now, being a vegetarian-ish,
Recovering vegetarian.
Were you able to order?
Yeah, there were a lot of options for me. I took a girlfriend that was a vegetarian, but I brought my sister who's a avid meat eater, and she makes her own beer, so she was a good person to bring.
That's right.
I was able to get a scallop salad that was made with chopped cabbage, some green onions. The dressing they served was like a spicy peanut dressing that just tied it all together. The scallops were pretty big and super tender, perfectly cooked. It was like huge. It came in this huge bowl, and I think there was 4 or 5 big scallops. And I split it with someone.
We had the scallop salad also. It was really good. We started with that, and it was nice. It was very nice, perfect size. I love the peanut dressing.
Right. The nachos, the barbacoa nachos, and the pickled veggies were the hit for us.
Very well known for the pickled vegetables.
The pickled veggies were outstanding. I mean, we gobbled them up, and I'd never had jicama and mushrooms, and there was a broccoli that were all pickled, and of course they had the cornichons and carrots and the standard like little pearl onions, but every veggie had almost a different pickling seasoning on it, and they were to die for.
There was a side dish we had, which I really did like. It was the coriander glazed carrots. And they were very freshly done. They weren't overdone. They weren't raw. You know, it was just perfect consistency, and the glaze was just the right combination of salt and herbs, and it was very, very nice. It was a great way to start the meal.
My sister is the meat eater, and she ordered the Cheddar Burger, medium rare, but it came medium well. And then she wanted the goofy fries, which is the fries that have the pastrami on it, because someone had to come and go eat the pastrami. She didn't get the goofy fries. They brought out the garlic fries instead of the goofy fries.
Did she say, bring me the goofy fries?
She didn't send them back, but
I ordered the pastrami sandwich. I got to tell you, I wasn't feeling it
Oh.
Really?
Sorry, you know what?
I
you know
wanted
what?
a turkey pastrami.
You know what? I
Goodness,
thought
love
I thought the meat was too lean. I mean,
Really?
for me, and I realize that's very healthy, but for me, like if you're gonna get corned beef or pastrami, the flavor is in the fat,
Exactly.
right? And I actually took the top off of it to look. It was very lean. And we also had the cheesesteak, the ribeye cheesesteak, which I guess they're kind of known for. Also, I don't know if that's a favorite of yours. And it was a little dry, I have to say. I was a little disappointed.
Did you wash it down with some beer?
I did. I got I think it was an IPA, not a Belgian beer. I think they're known for Belgian beers in particular. I usually drink wine with dinner, but I felt compelled to order the beer
Right.
with that binder sitting there.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'd like to add they have nice ciders too. And
Absolutely, they have
we had a
ciders.
really good pear cider that had like its own personal stamp and autograph by the the maker. I mean, it was like a numbered bottle. It was delicious. Pear and apple, I think.
The place was
So good.
packed too. I mean, we went
Yeah.
around 6:30, 7 o'clock on a weekday, and there was a line out the door, and it was very lively. You know, sort of like a sports bar meets deli. You know, there were TV,
weird,
there were
like,
games on. You know, there was I think.
odd.
It's a neighborhood hangout, isn't
That's
it?
really what it
Right.
seemed like when I was there last. Like, I'd never seen this before there, but somebody came in and was like, hey, can I get a half sandwich? I'm not that hungry. I just want to get a half sandwich and a beer. And like, it's not on the menu or anything, but they were like, oh yeah, totally. We'll just charge you half price.
And let's talk a little bit about dessert here, because there are a few special desserts on this list.
The hit was the pot de creme.
The chocolate pot de creme.
The chocolate pot de creme. It was delicious. It was velvety. It was light. It wasn't too heavy. It had almost a raspberry chocolate flavor to it, even though that wasn't described as being raspberry chocolate. It had that rich, velvety kind of chocolate.
The chocolate pot de creme was the one thing that was tempting.
Yeah.
And if I went back, I would probably try that, but we just didn't have any room.
It is heavy food.
Yeah. All right, Chris, this is your spot. Give us a quick summary.
All right, so the Refuge is a great place for a Belgian beer and or American beer and a big pastrami sandwich or hamburger.
All right. And Scott?
Great, friendly neighborhood place with good small dishes, but if you're looking for a great pastrami sandwich, head to Katz's in New York.
All right. And Joan?
Great place to go if you're into beer, ciders, and heavy food.
All right. If you would like to try the Refuge, it's on Laurel at Arroyo in San Carlos. The telephone number is 650-598-9813. It's open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday, closed on Sunday and Monday. Reservations are accepted for parties of 8 or more, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $20.